isn't it?
Boiling.
Boiling. That's good to hear.
Yeah, but no wind.
Yeah, that's always how it is in the UK, isn't it?
Don't think there's anything forecast for a while anyway.
It looks okay on the Thursday, Friday. I was just looking. It looks all right.
Oh yeah, Friday looks good.
Oh, yeah. Where's that, Ollie?
That's Bridlington.
Brid. Might have to dig my kit out of storage.
Not a bad forecast. I'll show you the forecast we've got. Look at that.
Oh my lord!
Every day. The next week.
It looks absolutely perfect, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not too much, and yeah.
I think Wednesday is probably going to be like these days. Wednesday, Friday, at the minute, they look like they're going to be pretty nuclear. But the rest, it should be like 6'5", 6 meter free ride weather. It's going to be good. Yeah, like I said, we've had so far the clinic every day, good wind. First day, it blew its tits off, probably a bit too much on the first day. It was a bit of a baptism by fire. And then it settled down, and we've had like light winds every morning. We've got out on the beginner gear, on beginner boards, small sails, or training boards. Sorry, Pete, not beginner boards.
Yes, exactly.
Some small sails, practice some bits, and then been out in the afternoon with the strong wind. It's been good. Phil's been doing some jumping, going for duck jibes, almost round a duck jibe. Dave got playing in carve jibe. Nigel's just about to get his playing in carve jibe. I think he'll get one tomorrow. And Stu's we've been working on tacking. Tack's improved a lot. So it's been a good week.
Brilliant. Yeah. So you just have the 4, do you, on this one?
Yeah, there was 6, but 2 backed out last minute.
Oh, that's good.
They had some stuff. They had some stuff going on at home. I didn't want to ask too many questions about it, which is a bit of a shame, but what can you do?
Yeah, no, that's life.
Sometimes things get in the way. But it's been an awesome week. Forecast has been great. It's been good, and the forecast looks like it's going to keep going. We've got till, the long range forecast, I wouldn't trust anything more than kind of 4 days out, really. But tomorrow's going to be very good for the last day at the clinic. We go to Sydney, and Wednesday's going to be very strong wind. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And we've got a couple of days off, it looks like, and then it's coming back again.
That looks superb.
This is this now is like more typical Kefalos.
Yeah, early season.
Yeah, so this is like proper Maltemi wind, where you get like it cycles of like a week of really strong wind. It backs off for a couple of days, get a couple of days out, and then it comes back again. Another week of strong wind.
Time for your hands to recover.
Exactly, Rich. Just enough time to
rubbing alcohol on your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was annoying on Saturday. We were meant to have kit demos and things.
So what happened with that? Because the forecast was mint.
And the day was absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best days we've had at Grimworth. Everybody was out. Everyone planning on 6.5.
Yeah.
And it would have been perfect for winging, perfect for sailing, but they wouldn't come up from the south because they saw a forecast that wasn't as good. But George said, it's going to be 2 or 3 knots more than that, and there'll be enough. But they didn't come up. So
Roho could have come, couldn't they?
No, well, you'd have thought so, but they didn't. So maybe they thought if there wasn't a big selection of stuff, it wasn't worth doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it 22nd? Let's put the gust on. It's 20 knots in the gust. That's definitely enough for a demo day. Because I put in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, no,
saying.
Yeah, we were playing. We were planning all day from beginning to end. So
yeah.
It was more than that.
That's a shame.
It's a shame we don't have more of the demo days. You know, they were always great fun, either at Brid or at Grimwith. It's a shame that, you know, the industry is. I think it's because it's shrunk, hasn't it, Ollie? And therefore,
there's a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah, people don't carry the stock, therefore they can't demo it. But they were always good fun. It was always great to. I mean, you get people like Dave White and Peter Hart and people like that turning up.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't go sailing, it was just good fun. You know, you had a great time.
I'm sure they'd have sold kit as well, because loads of people turned up anyway because they said, well, we reserved the day. So there must have been 20 people or 20 cars down there. So even without the sale.
I also, this is what I've never understood with a windsurfing shop, is if you put like Roho, for example, they have got loads and loads of secondhand gear. When you do a demo day, it doesn't have to be new gear. It can say, why can't they just bring a load of secondhand boards up and let people try them?
And they're not losing anything, are they? They're not going to lose anything with them because it's a second-hand board.
Because it's already a bit scuffed up, and people still want to try the boards out, different boards.
It's already lost its money, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes more sense than using brand new boards.
Yeah, and I mean, certainly with Rohan, they used to get a lot of stuff from Vasiliki, didn't they?
Yeah.
A lot of the old stuff from there. I mean, and it's not going to be that old. It's not like you're trying to trade off 80s and 90s boards. It's going to be
exactly.
It's going to be stuff that's, you know, at least most 5 years old, and it all works.
That'll be at most, yeah. So it's like new shapes. The boards are a bit scuffed. You're much more likely to sell them if they only cost 600 quid as opposed to 2 grand. Nobody's going to buy a board for 2 grand there and then, but someone might take away they'll take away the boards for 600 quid.
Yeah, and you can take a punt at £600, can't you? Because if you don't like it, you can sell it again and get your money back.
Exactly. Yeah. It's much less. It just works for everybody a lot better. And I don't understand why nobody does that.
There's got to be a reason, because they're going to. I mean, you get the likes of Gumpy or Rick at Roho. You know, they're business minded. If they haven't seen an opportunity, or they have seen it, they'll have thought of a reason why it didn't work.
Yeah, I would have thought.
I'd like to think so.
I know Gump doesn't like doing. It's something to do with like insurance, with a demo day and liability stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I can understand.
I have to say, insurance is the bane of my life. I do work with the Filey Lions, and I'm their insurance officer, and it's just a nightmare. The insurance companies don't want to insure anything, or if they do, they charge you a fortune in premiums.
Yeah, actually, I think Gump's had some friends that have had problems like with liability when accidents have happened and stuff.
Yeah, the thing is that people are too willing to sue nowadays.
Yeah. So as soon as they hear about getting money out of somebody, they'll do anything.
Yeah.
But it's
anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's moaning.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're not
could be a Scotland fan.
It would be nice to try other boards though, because I mean I'm unwilling to get a board that I've not actually had a go on, and that's one of the reasons I ended up with a Patrick, because I thought, well, I've had this. I know I like it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Boards.
It's not just windsurfing though. It's not just windsurfing. It was the same in cycling. You know, people buying bikes at £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 a throw, and really not knowing 100% whether it's going to be the right bike for them until they actually threw the leg over it.
Yeah.
And then they're having to adapt it, you know, new saddles, new stem lengths and stuff like that to adapt it to fit them, having spent all that money. And, you know, let's be fair, a new board nowadays is sort of £2,500 grand. And you really don't know till you go out on the water whether it's going to be right.
Yeah, whether it suits you. Yeah.
I kind of get that, but also like if you want to spend, you could spend 6 or 7 grand on a bike, but you can also spend 500 quid on a bike if you're
Yeah.
new to it. You can't do that in windsurfing. Everything's 2.5 grand.
Yeah,
Whether
you're
it's
right
a freestyle board or whether it's even a beginner board. You want to go buy a new beginner board, you still spend 2.5 grand. And you're going to only use that for a month, then you want to move on to something smaller.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a good point.
There needs to be, I don't know what they're going to do, because they'll destroy windsurfing if fans don't start doing something about it.
Yeah.
If it carries on the way it does, it'll be dead in 10 years.
Yeah, there must be ways of making them cheaper. Perhaps not the specialist boards, but a general intermediate board. You should be able to get one for 500, 600 quid.
Yeah, it doesn't need to cost so much money.
No.
I mean, the second-hand market probably will keep it going.
And there are people with money down south, aren't there? It's they must sell them all down there, and then slowly they move up the country.
I mean, brands must be making enough money because some of them are succeeding.
They've all got sponsored sailors and team riders and stuff, and I was looking at the Starboard, and the number of people that got team riding there's masses of them.
Yeah, but none of them pay for gear.
I know.
So I don't know how they're giving all the free gear away.
It's us that pays for the gear. I mean, I suppose it's market forces is what people will pay for this stuff. That's the problem. Anyway, we sound like we're moaning, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, I've just joined, guys, and I'm a bit worried because are we talking about the demise of windsurfing here, or what?
Pete, we're just being a bit pessimistic.
It's not like windsurfers. We're really optimistic, aren't we?
No, we are.
No. You get at the side of the water on a windy, non-windy day and listen to them.
Yeah.
No, it's not. We don't get the winds like we used to anymore.
Nothing's as good as it was 10 years ago.
Them turbines nowadays, they're so blamed for it all.
Yeah, wind turbines. Oh, you want to be down into
that. How are you, Pete? Are you all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, I dare say I'm frustrated because there's no wind. We need some positivity. You've got to tell us how good you are.
We've decided there's some wind on Friday, Pete.
Really? Okay. Yes. Good.
Yeah. I mean, it does look good for.
I'm away at the weekend, so I'm not even available at the weekend. That's no good, is it?
Grimwith Thursday, Friday. Bridlington. Thursday's okay. Friday's definitely good at Brid.
Really?
Yeah.
That is not allowed. I might have to delay going away.
That'll be good because my permit's due for renewal, and I was just wondering whether I'm going to bother renewing it. So I'm going to now.
Is it just the one?
Yeah, just one day. I was just for forecast. Look at that.
Where's that?
Every day. This is here.
Oh, right. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering how windy it is here at the minute.
Oh, I'm glad that's scoring. That looks good. Yeah.
This is good forecast.
Oh, good. Good on you.
But yeah, you've got Bridlington, Thursday, maybe definitely Friday at the minute.
Yeah, it'll have to
low
be a
tide
third.
as well. Tide's dropping all day. It should be good.
Is it summer suit weather?
Oh, definitely.
16, 17.
Put my shorts on.
Yeah. Well, maybe not that far, Rich.
Yeah.
Go frighten the fish.
Yeah, it's certainly warm, isn't it? I mean, the water was really pleasant last time. I can't remember what last time I was. It was really pleasant last time I was in. I think it was a westerly, actually, if I remember rightly.
Having a look at these comments from Caroline's. Let's have a quick look, guys. Here, Caroline's Tower of Jives. What do we think?
Yeah, front arm should be straighter.
Yeah, front arm can be a little bit straighter. It's very close to the boom here, too close
Yeah,
to
it's
the boom.
pulling booming, isn't she? That's yeah.
Yeah, the big problem. Like Max said in the one of the video, I'll just read this comment and then that you don't have any time to react if the board starts bouncing over chop. It's a very good point. And you're also too high when you're like this. And all your weight's in your heels. The heels shouldn't be on the board really in a carve jibe. You should be on the toes, on the balls of the feet. And you should get pulled onto the balls of the feet as you enter the carve jibe. That's really important that you're on over the toes and not in the heels. Because that's what keeps the weight forwards through the turn.
I know it seems silly, but it really benefited me. You telling me to push the boom away from you as you're going into it, and all I do is say, I even say it out loud. I don't care how daft it is. Well, nobody can hear me at sea, but I just say, push it away, and I'm literally forcing that boom away from me, and that takes you forward naturally, doesn't it? And it's helped me an awful lot recently. That.
Yeah, it helps a lot, Pete, to keep some distance, especially when you're sailing in choppy conditions.
Yeah.
But Caroline here needs to work on unhooking before the foot goes over, getting low and getting away from the gear. Because here she's going into it, the front arms, you see the angle of the boom should be like this. So this part of the boom should be in a lot closer, which will pull this bit away from her.
Yeah.
She pulls this hand in, this hand has to move away. At the minute, she's just pulling on both. So you're not altering the angle of the sail. All you're doing is moving it towards you.
As soon as you do that, I find that shoot downwind anyway.
Yeah, you will do, Pete. Exactly. Yeah.
As soon as you push that front arm away and pull in the back one, you don't do anything with your feet or anything. You just you're almost straight downwind.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what's happening. Is the centre of effort's going forwards, and then you don't have to do anything with your foot because you'll naturally start to push into this foot more because the centre of effort's now pulling here rather than back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that Caroline really needs to work on. And then as you pull in here, you'll start to get pulled up onto your toes, and you let that happen, and then you'll stay on your toes through the entire turn. You don't want to move back into your heels. As soon as you move into the heels, the weight starts moving back on the board. The weight needs to stay forward to keep the board flat.
So you don't. So when you unhook, you don't squat immediately, do you? To effectively get your arms more away. You wait until you've gone further round before you. It's almost coming out of the jibe, isn't it? Where you squat down, sitting on the toilet or the stool, as they say, don't they? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Say again, Pete.
So at what point do you, when you've unhooked, you don't squat down straight away, do you? Sitting on the stool, you wait until you've been pulled forward, and then as you're coming out of the jibe, is that where you squat down, drop your ass, basically?
Your position once you've unhooked should be low, but it should still be like a normal windsurfing stance with your front leg straight and the back leg bent.
Yeah. That's
and
it.
then you sheet in, send the gear downwind.
Yeah.
You pull that back arm in towards you, let the front arm get pulled away from you. And as that sail's pulling forwards, you step out the back strap and over the board, and you let the sail pull you up over the board and onto the side.
Yeah.
And that's where you send the hips back and you keep the torso forwards with the weight in the toes of the feet, not in the heels.
Got you. Yep.
Yeah. And then you stay in that position the whole way around. But then you move the sail across the board, flip the rig, do your feet, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really important. I can see Caroline in the video that the foot is very flat there. there should be no contact between the heel and the board on both feet. You should be up on the toes. The heels should be off.
Yeah, good.
The heels shouldn't be planted on the board. If they are planted, you're too far back. And the nose will lift and you'll start slowing down too fast. That's something I've been working with. Nigel is on the clinic at the minute. We're going around the jar. Enters well, but always too far back on the board. We worked on letting the sail pull you up and into the turn and onto your toes a little bit. Oh, okay. Thank you. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Let yourself get pulled up onto your toes and the board flattens off and you hold so much more speed to the turn. And Nigel was this close to planing out of his first jibe today. He had like three or four jibes where he was unbelievably close to planing out. And that's all we changed. We're staying on the toes a little bit more. It makes a huge difference.
I'll have to look at my videos. I don't know what I do. Do you know what I do,
Yeah,
Ollie?
probably a bit too much on the heels.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's something we haven't really talked about before, but I would argue, you could almost argue it's even more important. Like I've gone out recently because me and Nigel were talking about it the other day about staying on the toes, and I went out afterwards just to try it out, and I intentionally entered the carve jibes wrong. I kept the hands really close to the masts. The sail I wouldn't be able to sheet the sail in. Like I prepared badly, like stayed a little bit too far upwind and tried them. But I always let the sail pull me up onto the balls of my feet. And I still, even though I didn't plane out of all of them, I came around them with a lot of speed on a lot of them still. Yeah, so there's one or two, like I went really far upwind and I didn't come round. A lot of them I entered badly, but still planed out of them.
Really? Wow. Right.
The most important thing is to keep the ball as flat as possible. So not let the nose lift.
Yeah.
And that comes from just being forwards on the board. Getting the weight forwards. Now you prepare well, it's a lot easier to get the weight forwards. If you do your foot change in a nice rig flip, it's very easy to keep the weight forwards. They all help make it easier, but they aren't essential to planing out a carve jibe. If the weight's far forwards enough, you'll come round with a lot more speed. So everybody that's put videos in that watches us back afterwards, even if you don't put videos in, you've got some videos of yourself, have a look at the contact you have of the feet on the board. The heels shouldn't be on the board. They should be off. Yeah?
Brilliant. Good effort. Good one. Yep. Thank you.
So that would be my big thing for Caroline here.
Right, that's one thing I'm going to take away from this then. That's one thing I'm going to concentrate on. Because what I find is when I get sailing, I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. They really work on trying to stay on the toes of feet.
Yeah, I'll have a go at that.
I mean, if you could even do it after this, is stand up and try and get onto your toes a little bit. And when you do that, your knees will naturally bend a little bit and you'll stick your ass out a little bit to help keep your balance, which is exactly the position you need to be in for the carve jibe. So if you only take away one thing from the stance and the carve jibe, don't let it be arse back, don't let it be knees bent, but make sure it's that you're on the toes and not in the heels. Yeah,
because subconsciously you'll end up in the right position, like you say, won't you? If you're on your toe, I'll have a go at that one. Yeah, cool, good stuff.
And you just let the sail pull you into that position when you go into your jibe, because that's the way the sail will want you to pull is onto your toes. Yeah. So you think when you windsurf normally in your windsurfing stance planing, you're in the heels pushing into the board, and as you roll onto the toes, you'll naturally come up over the board. And as you're coming up over the board, you just take the back foot out and you step across. That's it.
It's easy.
Brilliant.
It simplifies it quite a lot. I've always thought about the carve jibe as, I mean, it is a complicated move and there are lots of bits going, but I think everything can be simplified. And I think that's one of the big key bits is to stay up on the toes. Get everything else wrong. If you stay up on the toes, you'll come round with speed. Because you keep the board flat enough, it won't lose much speed.
And speed's your friend, isn't it? And in the jibe, it's without a doubt.
Exactly, yeah. And, you know, like the rig movement, the way the rig moves the carb jibe, it's not that complicated. Everybody can do it. You go practice some flare jibes for a little bit. Everybody's got some idea of how to move the rig to the turn. Everybody's got a kind of gist on moving the feet, what the kind of foot movement has to be. Everybody knows how to enter it, regardless of whether you can do it or not. Everybody knows the theory of entering the carb jibe, and everybody knows how to flip the rig as well. But not everybody knows about staying on the toes. I think staying on the toes is probably one of the most important parts. Yeah. Here, Caroline, feet planted on the board, weights too far back. She lets herself get pulled onto her toes. She'll get pulled over the board a little bit more. The board will be much flatter and faster. So Caroline, when you watch this back, if you watch this back.
Yeah, but she got round without getting wet. And that's a good jibe.
Yeah, her jibe's very good. Improved a lot already. The jibe's looking much nice. I mean, Caroline, in the past 2 years, has come on a hell of a lot. Hell of a lot. She's selling really good. Hand position there, fantastic.
Just booms in close again, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Caroline here needs to work on pulling this hand in.
And push it away. Push the boom away.
Good, and letting herself get pulled onto her toes a bit more. Because there, that foot's still flat. But another dry jibe. Well, I'm just going to write a little comment for her here.
She crosses her hands as well, she does, bless her. Yeah. I'm still grabbing the mast, me, on a lot of time. Well, most of them.
Yeah, is to lay on the toes. Oh, it will help keep the weight forwards and the board flat and fast. And then we just edit that. Watch the latest live stream back for more info. There we go. But Caroline, if she watches back, thank you for the videos. Fantastic. Nice jibes. So yeah, guys, main takeaway from that, keep the toes. Stay on the toes, stay on the toes. Put another thing on YouTube for anybody that did watch it, anybody that didn't watch it. You can check it out. Little like
good
you like that?
I do, Ollie. Yeah, I like that camera. It's did you get that bit of leash up in the middle then easy enough? Did you? Did you get the leash, the security cable up the middle of it easy enough then? Did you?
Yeah. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
There you go. It's really nice footage.
Yeah, it's good. What about downloading? Is it still a pain, or have you found a faster way to do it?
It's not too bad.
Okay.
It's not too bad at all. It's just quite big files is the problem.
Yeah.
Like when you import it onto the laptop, it stays as like raw 360 files. It's quite small, but then you have to export it into like a different type of file so that you can edit it. And it goes from like 4 gigabyte file to like a 30 gigabyte file. It's crazy how big the files get.
Wow. Right. Okay.
Yeah. You can see here on the carb jibe. Let's see when it starts. There you go. Hands have moved back. There. Now, 3, 2, 1, I think. There we go. Hands move back.
Yeah.
Unhooked and I'm low. moving the sail, trying to get the sail forwards a little bit. And then we're stepping across. I'm just letting the sail pull me across the board. Yeah. The hands go back, start shooting in on the sail a little bit. There, look, in the toes.
Yeah.
The heels are off the board. You step across and the heels stay off the board. Until the foot change, and then you drop back onto the heels for that power again.
I put money on it. I'm flat-footed when I do this.
Yeah, it's worth having a look because most people will be, I'm sure.
Definitely.
There, that's the important bit, is to let yourself be pulled up onto the heels. You're pulled into the turn. And that way the body weight forwards. Front arm straight, back arm's nice and bent, then you just extend both arms out and then the sail goes across. Foot change, rig flip.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, give me some wind.
Come back to
do it now.
Yeah. I'll fly out next week.
There's such nice boards for planing in low winds, aren't they? They're absolutely gorgeous boards, and they just carry on going forever.
Honestly, Pete, these like last year's were good, but this year's I think they perfected every size.
Yeah,
I've tried the 120 with a 6.5 cross, which is a free ride sail, and I'm faster than the guys in the slalom gear on it. And it's not even a slalom board; it's a free race board. It jibes so nicely. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about these boards. Every size feels awesome. If you get the opportunity to, if you can get to Kefaloss to try them, come to Kefaloss. If you can't, try and get yourself on, at least have a go on a Patrick S race.
Yeah.
Because it is the best free ride board I've ever used. And I've used a lot.
So certainly I had to go on the 140, 150, and they were super, absolutely super.
Yeah. The thing, it's like it got, especially that 140, Pete. The 150 when it's super light, awesome. But the 140, even when it's windy, it's so easy to control. And when you hit a lull, it's like it's got an engine in the fin. Like a little, honestly, it feels like, Pete, it feels like it's got an outboard motor in the back of it because it just does not stop planing.
Wow.
It's wild how good they are. Yeah. If you get the opportunity to, try them. Right, Pete, let's have a quick look at some of these.
Well, before you go, I'm going to have to go, Ollie.
No worries, Rich.
Catch you soon. See you later, Pete and Pete.
Yeah, see you now, mate.
Take care, Rich. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll just have a quick look through one of these, Pete.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I was going to say you've seen them, but it's I think most people have seen them.
I think we've watched these already on the last 2 times ago. It'll be interesting. We just see some jives if we can and see. It'd be nice to see one close up.
This was everybody else's. I enjoyed making this footage because it was stood in the water on a westerly, so I could get really close. It was just good for the other people, really, not me.
Yeah. Look at the toes.
Yeah, he does it, doesn't he?
Oh, got speed for it. It's a very nice entry into the jive. Bit wobbly on the exit.
Yeah. Can't really
toes.
see it. Yeah, toes, isn't it?
Can't really see. You can't really see that one. Weird angle for it. Let's see if there's...
I'll aim at the feet in future.
Yeah, I was going to say, do it if you film it from the mast down. We'll be able to see the feet. Yeah.
Oh, this was what? Yeah, the first jibe I did, I went through the dam sail, didn't I? You know,
that's annoying. That.
and so I refused to come in and change down. I just carried on sailing for 2 hours, and I thought I've probably exceeded my good wishes here. I better stop now while I'm ahead. But it was too powerful for 6'4", so with the hole in it made it a 6 meter, so it was just right.
It was about right, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a joke here at the centre that we always said to them, if you go out on your sales tour, you take a pair of scissors with you.
Yeah.
Just chop the top of it off.
Yeah.
You always turn around to look at your ends when I say that to somebody. Yeah, I think we've watched these before, actually, Pete, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so, if I'm honest. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah.
Then we'll leave it there for next week. Until next week, there'll be a topic for next week's one.
Good.
I'll put a couple of bits. I'm going to do some filming again tomorrow for the clinic, the last day. So I'll put a bit of footage in of everybody, so you can see how everybody's got on over the week and stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
But it's been a really good week. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are both coming in September. Oh well, Pete Runcon definitely is. Pete Francis maybe.
Possibility. Yeah. I was still looking at it. Yeah. It's.
Which course are you coming on, Pete? Are you coming on the one I'm on, or the one that Caroline's on?
That I don't know, because it depends on what my commitments are in September. So I've not nailed on either of them yet. It's I've not confirmed either of them. I don't know if there's places on both. Is there, Ollie, or what?
There is now only one space for the first one. Because Nigel is just this evening booked for in September to come again in September.
Okie doke. So it would be the second one.
And then there's 2 spaces in the second one, I think.
Right. Mm-hmm. And what dates? Just remind me of the dates of them, Ollie.
It's the 7th to the 15th.
Yeah.
7th to the 13th, then 15th to the 21st.
Okay.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
If I see any cheap deals over the summer, it wouldn't surprise me to turn up for a few days at all.
Yeah, do it, Pete, if you can.
Yeah, we miss it now.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially with the wind that we've had, it's been awesome. It's been so good. Like every time we get forecasts of like 12 knots, and we think, it's not gonna be much, and then comes 2:30, 3 o'clock, boom, 6.5 weather every day. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Every day you're getting it now, then. So you're
we've had it
now. Yeah.
Since the clinic started. I think the day before the clinic it started, the wind, and it's not stopped.
Right.
It was nice, gentle breeze in the morning, and 2:30, boom, 6 meter weather, 6.5 meter weather.
Excellent.
It's fantastic. It looks like it's going to carry on like that.
But this is your prime period now, isn't it, for wind?
We're coming into it, yeah. So July is the prime time.
Okay.
Wind.
Yeah.
So we're coming into it now.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice one, guys.
Yeah, thanks for your video. The video you put on from last week. I watched it earlier. I think
it was quite a good one.
I might do that with them on Saturday. Just try and get the lower weight ones. Put the feet in without planing.
You can do it, Pete, because we can practice, like in the light winds, you practice taking feet off the board and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you've got geckos and stuff like that, they can go into the foot straps in 5-6 knots. And if they can do it in that right wind, as soon as it gets a bit windy when they can lean back a little bit, they can go in a lull and then just wait for the gust to come and pull them onto the plane.
Yeah, it sounds ideal for Saturday for the lighter ones. Maybe not for the 15 stoners there.
Yeah. You just need a board that's relative to the size and big. But yeah, the light ones definitely. But yeah, no, it was a good one last week, and that was a good one tonight as well. There's for the carb jibe, good couple of tips there. Yeah, nice one, guys. Good. Then I'll see you both next week.
Okie doke then, mate.
Good
Bye
stuff.
now.
Nice. Good seeing you.
Nice one, boys.
Take care.